Hello and welcome to this video. Today I am going to give you a tour of my first 50, 30 and 20 budgeting planner template. This template consists of 22 sheets, namely budget. In budgeting sheet, you can allocate or add the needs, wants and investment category as 15%, 30% or 20%. To add your daily and monthly transaction, you can use any of the 12-month sheet. To monitor your income and expense category wise, you can use income and expense tab. To monitor your income, expense and savings year wise, you can select the profit and loss. To monitor month wise, you can use monthly dashboard. After selecting a 50, 30, 20 rule, you can select a need, want and investment page individually to check whether your budget is positive or not. To compare the expenses between 2 months, you can go to the compare expenses tab. Now, let me show you how to use this template. First, we will copy this file. For that, go to the file and click on make a copy. Give the file name and location where you want to store the file and click on make a copy. After copying this file, go to the budget sheet. In budget sheet, you need to select the financial year first. For that, go to the financial year drop down and select the year which is going on. Now I will select 2023. Now scroll down. Here you need to add the starting salary for the respective month. Here I will add 50,000. Now leave this extra income as 0. We will calculate this at the end of the month. You can see this based on a 50, 30, 20 rule. We already got our allocation for a need, want and investment. Now select the respective month where you want to edit the transaction. So I will select the January month. In this sheet, first thing you have to do is go to the cash in hand column and add the cash in hand at the beginning of the month. So I will add cash in hand as 3. Now I will add the transaction date, 1st January, and transaction name as, I will select the transaction type as income. Since income tab is automatically selected, I will select the salary income and I will put 50,000 as a transaction amount. Now I will add the rest of the things. You can see here I have added a transaction date and a transaction name as shopping at upon. It is a want category and I will add a shopping here. Now here I have used the hard cash for the shopping. So after using all the hard cash to the shopping, I will left with amount 0. So you can either give the formula as 3000 minus 3000. Now it will become 0 and I will add the remaining transaction also. Now I will add the investment categories. Now here, since my cash in hand is 0, I have withdrawn the money from the ATM. So I will add cash withdrawn from ATM. I will add as 500 and I will select the category as cash. Now you can see that cash category is activated. I will add directly here 500. You can see that for the remaining of the month, I have a cash in hand of 500. Here you can see that I have converted the digital currency to the cash, that is 200. So I will select the cash from the drop down. Cash in hand column will be activated. Here I will perform the simple math. 500 plus 200, that is 700. Now I will add the rest of the things. At the end of the January month, I have converted the digital currency to the cash, that is 200. So I will select the cash from the drop down and cash in hand column will be activated. Now I will perform simple math. That is 9. After adding all the data in a January month sheet, scroll down. Now observe the total income, total need, total want, total investment, and cash in hand remaining at the end of the month. Now go back to the budget sheet. Here you can see that total income for a January month is 50,000. That is because you have added only the salary income. But in a January month, you got an income from other source also. So we will consider that as a extra income. To calculate the extra income, you have to subtract your total income in a January month, that is 91,850 minus the starting salary. So you can see that your total income is 91,850, which is also same as the January month total. Now we can observe the allocation amount also changed. Now go back to the January month sheet. Now you can see that we have a 900 cash remaining at the end of the month. We will go to the February month, go to the cash in hand column first row and add 900. This is the amount, the cash remaining at the beginning of the February month. Now I will add the rest of the month details. This is how the February month will look like after adding the data. I have added the data for the remaining months also. This is how the income, expense, profit and loss, monthly dashboard, need, want, investment, and compare expenses sheet looks like after adding the 12 months of data. This is how the budgeting sheet look like after adding all the data. You can see there's my total income, my total expense, and my total savings. I can observe that according to my financial condition, I have changed some of the needs percentage, wants percentage, and investment percentage. You can see that by the end of the year, I have aggressively allocated my 50% to the investment. You can change according to your financial plan also. Now, I will show you the features of these sheets one by one. In income sheet, you can observe the graphs. You can select any one of the graphs and hover around the patterns to see the values. In the sheet, you can see the yearly, monthly, and category-wise income with cash remaining at the end of the month. In expense sheet, you can see the expense ratios of need, want, and investment. You can also see the yearly expense, monthly expense, and subcategory expense of need, want, and investment. In profit and loss sheet, we can observe the yearly income, yearly expense, and yearly savings with yearly income category percentage, yearly expense category percentage. Here you can also observe highest and lowest income in a month, highest and lowest expense in a month, and highest and lowest savings in a month. Now scroll down, here you can see the yearly total income and average total income category wise. If you want to see percentage of income category wise, you can set the drop down and select the category. Here you can see the percentage of expense used for a need, percentage of expense used for a want, and percentage of expense used for a investment. You can see all the expense and savings split. You can see the cash remaining, total income, total expense, and total savings month-wise. In monthly dashboard, you can see the total income, total expense, and total savings in a month. For that, first select the drop down and choose the month whichever you want. I will select the September month. You can see the total income, total expense, and total savings. You can also see the amount allocated for a need, amount allocated for a want, amount allocated for an investment. You can observe the how much expenses used for a need, how much expenses used for a want, how much expense used for an investment. You can also check whether you are in a positive or a negative budget for the need, want, and investment. Also check your highest and lowest income in a month, highest and lowest need in a month, highest and lowest want in a month, and highest and lowest investment in a month. Can also check your monthly income percentage wise, need percentage wise, wants percentage wise, investment percentage wise, and also check the tables. In need sheet, you can see the needs category percentage, monthly needs percentage, needs category breakdown, and needs overview. Here you can see the needs category expenses. For a January month, the total need was used 39,600 and allocated amount was 45,900. You can see at the end of the January month, I was in a positive budget. If you are in a positive budget, you can carry forward the amount to the next month to offset negative budget in a future month. Here you can see that in a June month, I was in a negative budget. Since I was in a positive budget from January to May month, I have managed to save 31,700 of extra budget. Now we will offset this amount with a June month negative budget and I will end up with yearly positive budget. Here you can see I have offsetted for a June month and November. Here you can see for the month of June and November, I was in a negative budget. Remaining 10 months, I was in a positive budget. And overall, I ended up in a positive budget. 51,800 was somewhat saved for future in case of negative budget. In want sheet, observe the wants category percentage, monthly wants percentage, wants category breakdown, and wants overview. Observe the monthly and yearly expense of wants category. You can also see for a entire month I was in a positive budget and I have managed to save the extra budget of 68,000. In investment sheet, you can observe the yearly investment percentage category wise, monthly investment percentage, investment category breakdown, and investment overview. You can observe the investment expenses category wise. Here you can see that for the June, August, and December, I was in a negative budget, which got offsetted by the remaining 9 months of positive budget. For the entire year, I have managed to save 7,800. In this sheet, you can compare the expenses between the 2 months. Now, here I will check expenses between 2 months, select this drop down and select the month you want. I will select January and February. Here you can see the total income, total expense, total savings for a January month, and here you can see that total income, total expense, total savings for a February month. Here you can see the expense category percentage wise, and you can also observe the total need, total amount, total investment for a January month and for the February month. You can also observe the expense category wise and percentage. So that's it for this video. I hope you like it and find it useful. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. If you already have the template and have some questions and need some help with anything, please send me an email. I will drop my email ID in a description so that I can assist you. I will share the link to purchase this product in a description also. And thank you for watching.